right now. If you're watching the replay on my channel, I'm already live. I have Laura Kate Dale. Say hello, Laura.
I'm here, it's about midnight, and I am on your stream. Hello.
So Laura's here, but we haven't gone live in the chat yet, and so I'm waiting for about 30 seconds. We're gonna go live in the chat.
That bit where we wait for people to see that we're here and to know that we're online.
That we're online. And we are, it's still saying it's starting up. It still says starting up. I'm gonna tweet this out on Twitter. And then we're going to go live. I'm going to let you guys know what we're going to be doing for the next 30 minutes or so. Where's my tweets?
Oh, looks like we've gone live, I think.
We're live.
It looks like we're up. I see you wearing the hype hat.
Well, you know I have to put on the hype hat.
Of course you're going to put the hype hat on.
We have Laura Kate Dale with us in the chat. I'm going to turn off the background music now because she's here. We have Laura Kate Dale. All right, say hello, Laura.
Hello, it's me. Sorry that I apparently, I came to watch you play Splatoon, and apparently now, we're not doing Splatoon, so sorry anyone that was looking forward to Splatoon video.
No, they see me play Splatoon every single day, so I'm sure they'd rather have you right here hanging out. What we're going to do, guys, for 30 minutes, ask away. You can ask Laura any questions you may have, and she is here to answer your question. And I may give an input every now and then, but first we're going to start the stream. I want everyone to just show Laura some love. Everyone in the chat just say, "What's up, Laura? Thank you, Laura. You're awesome, Laura. You're a Nintendo legend, Laura." Let's do it in the chat for about 10, 20 seconds.
That's cool. They can do that. I'll just, shout the most important thing for us to be shouting. Joy-Con boys.
That's right. Joy-Con boys.
Joy-Con boys. Oh, gosh. Okay, can I just say, it is super weird, being at a place now where, I jump into people's streams and people recognize who I am. That is a super weird thing to happen.
Hey, you're a celebrity. You might sign some autographs when you're at any events.
Oh, I've done a couple. I had one guy who was wearing assless underwear and asked me to sign his butt. That's the weirdest one. I did it. I signed his butt. Someone had their butt signed by me once.
I don't know if he took a shower yet, but we'll see.
Well, maybe you got it tattooed or something, so he could take a shower and keep it there. You never know.
All right. And what I forgot to do too, I'm gonna do an audio check. Type a 1 if you can hear both myself and Laura in the chat. Type a 1 in the chat.
Waiting for the chat to catch up.
Yeah, and it is about a 20-second delay.
Yeah, it's got to do its thing. Well, I saw a 1.
You saw a 1? Yep, all right, the ones are going
there's
up.
Another one there they are, there's the ones. I see the ones happening.
All right, audio is good. So, the first question that I see, or if Laura sees a question, we're going to answer your questions, dude. We're going to do a 30-minute live ALA. Ask Laura anything.
Okay, let's see what questions we get up. I know there was a question. I don't remember who asked it. Oh, Ethan Gamer 1. What is the battery life going to be estimate? The first battery life estimate I was hearing was 3 hours. My best guess is that 3-hour estimate is for if you've got the thing on full clock speed, not docked in any way. I'm hoping we get more than that. Here's the thing. It's a high-powered gaming handheld. It's powered by USB-C, which I think what I'm taking that to mean is they are confident that because you can charge it quickly, it might not be a big issue, that the battery life's a little on the low side. So, yeah, I reckon battery life, it's going to be... Wow. You're not gonna be getting a full day's use out of this like you might, your iPad or whatever that's got a full day's charge when you charge it up. But, yeah, it's going to be a little disappointing, but it's not the end of the world.
Okay.
Right, what questions do we want to do? Do you want to pick one out?
All right, sure. All right, so you guys heard that? 3-hour charge on go at full clock speed. How do you guys feel about that? I've shared this before in a video. I'm fine with it as long as I'm able to charge it fast, and I got something for Switchmas for that charge speed. But what was I gonna say? Because on my 3DS, I can't remember playing it for longer than 3 hours in one sitting. I usually play it in spurts, so I'm cool with it as long as Nintendo knows that it's gonna be short and they have to do something to remedy that situation. All right, let's go to another question.
Okay. Do you want to pick one?
Okay,
You pick one out.
Is there a possibility for GameCube games to be on the virtual console for the Nintendo Switch? We sort of already know that one.
We've seen this talked about a little bit. Like I'm far from the only person who said like GameCube stuff is coming at launch. Like here's what I'm gonna say. Like don't expect like suddenly every GameCube game to be there day one, but
that makes sense.
You're probably gonna have 3 GameCube games on Virtual Console on the day that the Switch comes out.
Okay, 3 GameCube games on
3 GameCube games on Virtual Console.
That's and I'm cool with Nintendo. Doesn't need to just give us everything at once. As long as we have a steady stream of content coming, I'm fine. Even with the whole controversy with Mario and Zelda, which one's going to be at launch? I really don't want both of them to be at launch, because they need to space out their big games, so that's cool.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. All right. Another question. If you see one, Laura.
Let's go for this one from Nay Hansi.
Okay.
Which colors are we gonna get at launch for the Switch other than the grayish black?
This could be wait before she answers. This could be breaking news. Go ahead, Laura.
Okay. I've not talked about. Okay, this isn't a big thing, but I've seen this question scroll by a few times.
Okay.
At launch, you're only gonna have the grayish black. You're not gonna have any other colors at launch.
Okay.
I would suspect that you're mainly going to get different colored Joy-Cons down the line rather than a different colored like Switch itself. Like you might get some of those limited edition ones, but I think the cheap thing they're going to do is like, hey, you want your Switch to look different? Why not put red Joy-Cons on it or green ones or something? Yeah. So like don't expect day one to be picking this up in anything other than that grayish black color you saw.
Okay. All right. So expect one color Switch at launch. And changeable colored Joy-Cons, potentially. It's cool. Oh, I'm gonna give a shout out to Logan. Thanks for the $5, dude. I'm hyped for this discussion. Let's get the ball rolling. That's what his message is. All right. Let me see. Oh man, the chat is going so fast.
What do we got? I keep seeing. You got one.
What about this one, Laura? This is a good one. Will the GameCube games be in HD? Are they just going to be the original 480 or whatever, or will they be in HD?
They're just going to be original resolution. These are not like... This is not like when you had Wind Waker HD and they, put it up in HD. That's a lot of work. This is going to be original resolution, whether you play it on the TV or on the handheld. Don't expect any major changes.
Oh, you know what? That's a bummer for me. That's a bummer.
It kind of is, but like it's the same way that like you had with any other kind of virtual console stuff with Nintendo.
Yeah.
The only thing that will be nice is every time Nintendo has had virtual console for any console before, you can suspend it. You can have a save state.
Okay.
Save states for your GameCube games is a nice addition, but that's about all you're gonna get.
Oh, okay. Oh well. Okay. Someone is asking Pascal or Maxwell.
This is the one I'm not touching. There have been I'm not going to touch the architecture question. I've only had one source on this. Like, what I'll say, if you're wondering about architecture, go listen to Eurogamer. Eurogamer know their shit. If they're saying that they reckon it's one way or the other, trust them. I know who their sources are. I know what sort of work they put in.
Cool.
Eurogamer are the people to trust on architecture.
Cool. Okay, so listen to Eurogamer, boys and girls. All right. If you see a question, Laura, go ahead.
Let's have a look. Is the Pro Controller included in a Switch bundle? None of the Switch bundles at launch are going to include the Pro Controller. That's going to be separate.
Okay, so Pro Controller is separate, and I was just anticipating that. But I'm definitely... My platform of choice is my controller of choice is going to be the Pro Controller. It's going to be the Pro Controller. All right. Let me see.
Okay. What else we got in questions? Oh god, they're going past fast.
Splatoon sequel or remastered?
It's a remaster. There's going to be additional content in it, but it's going to be the same basic game.
Okay, so
Like
same basic game. Go ahead.
Yeah,
go ahead.
the kind of stuff you're going to be looking like. I've heard that there's going to be a local multiplayer added to it. You're going to be able to play some local stuff with other people who have the Switch. You're going to get more like, you know how when that game first came out, you were getting weekly content updates.
Yeah.
You're going to get something like that again. You're going to get another stream of updates for the Switch version. It's not going to be a brand new game from the ground up. It's the same core game with new stuff layered onto it.
Cool. Yeah, and I was anticipating that as well.
I completely missed who it was who asked in the chat, but someone was asking about if the Joy-Cons had IR sensors. I've been saying this since back in August. The right Joy-Con has an IR pointer in it. That has been confirmed by the patents that came out like the other week, that the right Joy-Con has an IR sensor in it.
Yeah.
I've been saying since back in August, you're going to be using that for like any game. Let's say, I'm not confirming that this exists, but let's say there's a Mario Maker Switch port, and on the handheld you can be touching it to do all your making the maps and stuff. You dock it into the TV and you still want to be doing that touch functionality. Point your IR sensor, use it like a Wii remote. That's how you're going to replicate touch.
Gotcha.
So like that's one of the things that right Joy-Con's IR sensor is going to be used for. It's basically going to replicate a Wii remote.
Okay. Yeah, and that makes sense.
To you, why Youssef, I think it was, will Joy-Cons be sold separately? From day one, you'll be able to buy Joy-Cons separately.
Wow, okay.
Yeah. I don't think I've said that anywhere yet, but we'll say that one. Day one, you can buy Joy-Cons separately.
So Joy-Cons will be available. And that sort of makes sense because guys are going to be losing their Joy-Cons.
Well, so, you might lose your Joy-Cons. You might be like someone who wants to have like 2 of them in the grip controller and 2 of them on the handheld or whatever. Or maybe you just want to do 4-player multiplayer and your friend doesn't have a Switch.
Makes sense.
There will be extra Joy-Cons on day one.
Extra Joy-Cons
Joy-Con boys.
On day one. Joy-Con boys!
Joy-Con boys.
Good stuff. The user interface, a complete revamp or more like, and I missed the question.
Okay, so
Evolution
user interface.
Of Wii U.
Yeah, I've seen one drawing of the user interface from a couple of months ago. I don't want to share it because like user interface gets revised so often. It's one of those like it probably won't be the same by the time I show anyone it.
Makes sense.
But user interface, as I saw it, very clean. It's tile based again. It's very much like the Wii U and 3DS in that it's like here are tile images that represent your different games and apps. Here is your little like bar that has like your friends and whatnot are on this separate bar.
Yeah,
it's gonna be it's a nicer looking UI from the sketch I've seen if it's accurate, but it is fundamentally the same kind of like tile based UI.
Okay, so you guys heard that. A tile-based UI with a clean interface. You heard it right here from Laura Kate Dale. I call her in all my videos the blue hair bandit. Laura Kate Dale, live. This is so awesome. Live
God.
and in the flesh. All right. Oh, man, the chat just sped up. It went into overdrive.
We were up to, what, coming up on 500 people watching?
I know.
It's going all right. Right, what questions we got? Mass Effect Andromeda on Switch? Don't expect Mass Effect Andromeda on Switch. EA have said they're not doing it. Mass Effect 3 did not sell well at launch. Don't expect Andromeda to come, like, not anytime soon anyway, which is a bummer. I would love to play through the Mass Effect stuff on a handheld, but don't expect that anytime near launch.
All right. And this sort of debunks that crazy rumor that was out like a day ago. Someone had like a gazillion, and one of the things they said was, as soon as I read that Mass Effect Andromeda, I was like, it's fake.
Okay, I'm going to talk about that leak document.
Go ahead.
So that leak document, the first thing that goes on in it, I think it was it some guy called Gino, I think, that put that out?
Yeah.
So first of all, Gino like starts that off by name dropping me and being like, oh, yeah, Laura and I have very similar sources. And I'm like, I'm pretty sure I've never actually spoken to you, Gino. I've definitely not told you who my sources are. So there is no way that Gino knows if our sources are similar. So like, as soon as the name drop happened of like, oh yeah, me and Laura have got similar sources, I was like, you, what, you're bullshitting anyway. Particularly like the names of games given in there, like Mario Switcheroo
Yeah,
and
I heard that Mario Switcheroo. I was
uh,
like, what in
it
the world?
it's the kind of name that like I can see how someone made up. It's not what I've heard.
Yeah, yeah.
But like that, like I don't reckon that name's right. The stuff about airlines
Uh-huh.
having access to it doesn't work with Nintendo's internal brand messaging.
Mhm.
There's just a bunch of stuff in there that feels like also
Mhm.
like there are so many bits of leaks there from so many different angles that
Mhm.
there is no way anyone has that many sources and
Yeah.
that many areas of leak but
Yeah.
didn't hear anything negative. Like everything was positive.
Yeah.
If you
Yeah.
had that many different areas of leaks and
Uh-huh.
nothing was negative,
Yeah.
that's a big sign that you probably bullshitted. So
Yeah.
I don't know for a fact,
Uh-huh.
but I am very dubious of that Geno Google Doc. I would not put any faith in it.
Yeah, 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 exactly, yeah. It just the whole thing just smelled fake. But I did see a interesting question, and I don't know if you want to touch on it or not. The resolution of the touchscreen, 720 or 1080.
Everything I've heard is 720.
Yeah,
I've not heard any source that I would trust that says anything but 720 on the screen.
720. And what are your thoughts on a 720 6-inch, 6.2 whatever inch
I
screen?
I think that's going to be totally fine. Like
Mm-hmm.
most people, let's say most people who played the Wii U were playing it on like what, like a 30, 32-inch TV.
Uh huh.
They were pretty happy with it. It's like, yeah, this is an HD video game, sure, why not?
Yeah.
And if you shrink that kind of resolution of like 720p 32-inch down to a 6-inch screen,
Yeah.
it's going to look bloody beautiful. It's
Yeah.
going to look sorry if I'm swearing a bit much.
No,
I
you're
forgot
not.
to
You're
check
fine.
what your vulgarity
You're fine.
rules were
You're
before I
fine.
came on.
They know I keep it clean. They know the guess. It's whatever.
That's all right. Sorry,
Uh-huh.
little bit of a foul mouth on me, but
Go ahead.
yeah, that's the thing. Like, if you have a 720p screen at that size and have the
Uh-huh.
games running as well as they were, say, like, let's say it's basically just a portable, like 720p Wii U, but a handheld.
Yeah.
That's going to look really, really nice. You don't need the screen to look nicer than that, I think. So, Nintendo like to cut their corners to cut price.
That's it.
That's an area where they're doing it.
Yeah.
It's going to be a 720p screen.
Yeah, and when I think of the 720p, I think of price and battery life.
Yeah,
Nintendo's trying
exactly.
to help out on
You-
both ends.
You can by going down to a 720p 720p is your standard resolution for games on the handheld. You can save a lot of horsepower when doing this thing handheld.
Yeah, yeah, that makes sense.
I've just seen someone
Go ahead.
ask about friend codes. Have we? I'm just checking. Is this
Go
a
ahead.
thing? Yeah, it's gonna be using. It's gonna be using. It's not gonna be using friend codes. I'll say that.
Whew!
It's not.
Thank
it's
you.
Not,
That's all
it's
I
not
needed
using,
to hear.
It's not using friend codes.
Oh my
so,
goodness.
like Nintendo's partnered with DNA, who have been helping with their mobile stuff. So, keep that in mind. They're not.
Yeah.
They're not using friend codes again.
All right, so that's good, dudes. Friend codes are gone. Let me get a hashtag no friend codes. Oh, I hated that on my 3DS. And so they moved away from it with the Wii U, but I'm so glad they're not going back to friend codes.
Yeah, Ian Nicholas, I think, in the chat just asked,
Right.
is there any chance, even a 1% chance of the Switch getting delayed? No, there is no chance of the Switch getting delayed out of March. It is 100%, no matter what happens, Nintendo are going to put at least some Switches out in March because, like, they need the system out in March because, like, that is the end of their financial year. If they do not get the Switch out in March, they are...
Yeah.
They are completely screwed on a shareholder perspective,
Yeah.
and they are going to be in a lot of trouble.
Yeah.
Like they can't let this not release in March, even if it's just like in a worst case scenario where they had to be like, okay, there's like 10,000 of them in North America or something. They have to get it out
Yeah.
just to get some of that shareholder
Confidence.
relief going.
Yeah.
That confidence. So
Yeah.
no chance of getting pushed out of March. It's not happening.
Yes, you guys heard that? This is why we have Laura Kate Dale in the chat. She just said 100% is coming out in March. It has to come out in March. Nintendo would be committing financial suicide if they delay this Switch any longer. Oh, Great news. Great stuff.
Ah.
We got about 10 more minutes, dudes. Only 10 more
Uh,
minutes.
let's
Oh, we
see.
got a
What
donation
more
from.
questions can we get in 10 more minutes?
First, let me give a shout out to C Meister, the clown. Thanks for the $5, dude. All
Oh,
right.
uh,
Shoot away your questions at Laura while you can.
okay. Someone asked if there's Bluetooth capability. That
Hmm.
that I've said about this before. There is Bluetooth.
Cool.
If you want something more concrete than me saying about it,
Uh-huh.
today there was some FCC rulings, which is the Federal Trade Commission, which is basically America's like,
Mm-hmm.
hey, we'll test your tech and make sure your technology isn't gonna like blow up and
Blow up.
kill someone.
Okay.
And
Mm-hmm.
they've been testing bits of components of the Switch,
Switch.
and that all got published today. It
Cool.
includes the fact there is a Bluetooth device in there, so it'll have Bluetooth.
Mm-hmm.
What that's used to support, we'll see.
Okay. Yeah. So Bluetooth compatibility, and most modern devices have some kind of Bluetooth functionality. I did see a question by Bustin' Justin. How long can we wait before we can buy separate docks? Have you heard anything about docks, or if they're going to be at launch?
Okay, I've said about docks. You're not going to get additional docks at launch. Within 6 months, there'll be additional docks on sale. They're going to be fairly cheap. They are basically just plastic shells, some USB ports, and a USB-C. They're not going to be expensive, but you're going to be able to buy them maybe 6 months after launch.
Okay. All right. Cool. So you guys heard that. No extra docks at launch, but about 6 months later, go and buy your dock. Get a dock in your living room, in your family room, in your bathroom. Docks everywhere. All right. Anything else that jumps out to you in the chat, Laura? Any questions? Any questions?
I'm trying to keep up on it. It's
I
going
know.
so darn fast.
Yeah, it is. Oh, I
Right.
heard someone ask Red Dead Redemption 2 on the Switch.
Okay, don't count on anything from Rockstar. Rockstar do
Wow.
not trust Nintendo.
Wow.
If this thing sells amazingly and third-party AAA ports sell amazingly, then maybe.
Wow.
But right now, Rockstar are just like they're not confident in selling stuff on Nintendo hardware.
Wow, that's big news. That's big
Yeah.
breaking news. Live right here. We got
yeah.
Switchmas 1.5. Rockstar. Don't expect Red Dead Redemption on the Switch. I sort of anticipated that, but there you go. You heard it from my girl's mouth.
Oh God, I'm trying to keep up with this chat. Like every time I start reading a question, I'm halfway through it and it's off the screen.
Question. Madden or NBA? Have you heard anything from EA with their sports games?
Okay, EA expect their sports franchises at least in year one to come to the Switch.
Cool.
Like
cool.
I can't say if they'll come at launch, but
but year one.
2017 you'll see most of their sports
games. Well, that's sort of like what they did on the Wii U. Hello? Did we just lose Laura? Hello? Oh, wait, hold on, dudes. Let me go and see if I can get her back. I don't hear her. Laura, are you with us? Laura? I can't hear you anymore. She just went offline. All right, let me see if I can get her back on for the last 20 minutes. I'm going to call her right back. I'm calling her right back, dudes. We dropped her for about a minute. It says connecting. She's coming right back on. She's coming right back. It's calling. It's connecting. It's connecting. Oh, this is all live, dudes. On my screen, it says connecting, connecting, connecting. Would you like to leave a video message? No. Let me see if I can do a voice call. Huh. Well, we got disconnected, dudes. It says connecting. If I don't get her this time, we still went 20 minutes, so that was cool. And we got disconnected. Oh, well. I'll tweet her on Twitter. All right. So, I can't reach her. We tried, but it was cool. She came in for 20 minutes, got some cool tidbits. We got some breaking news, dudes. We got some breaking news in this stream from Laura Kate Dale. Thank you once again, Laura, for dropping by. It's late. She's in Europe, and it's late where she's at. So I tried twice to get her back on. This is where we're going to end the stream. Thank you, dudes, for hanging out. We're only going to go for another 6 minutes anyway. All right, I will see. Oh, she's calling. Hello?
Am I back?
She's back!
Sorry.
I was right about to sign up. I told them I tried twice. We're going for about 6 more minutes anyway. But
that's all right. I can stay a few minutes longer because I vanished for a minute there. But
okay. No, I'm gonna be time sensitive. I know where you're at in Europe, and I know what time it is where you're at. So we're gonna go 6 more minutes.
Oh gosh, we got to get some good questions
we'll
in
take
then.
3 more questions. 3 good questions. Oh, and the chat is going crazy. They're happy you're back, Laura. They didn't come to listen to me, this crazy man with a hype hat. They want to hear the real deal. Laura, all right.
Okay, let's find questions. What questions we doing?
Okay, let me see. I'm trying to pause the chat. How much internal memory?
Okay, the entry level bundle, 32 gig built in.
Okay.
Yeah, wow, 32 gig built in. Micro SD as well, supports up to 128 gig officially.
Okay.
It probably supports more than that, but officially it's up to 128. Officially.
Yeah, because I remember my 3DS had an official number, but I could format my card or somewhat and get a ridiculous
if you
amount.
Format your card, you like my best guess is they're probably only saying officially up to 128, because more than that on a micro SD gets really expensive.
Okay.
But it becomes like much more expensive. You might as well just buy multiple 128 cards.
Yeah, you're right. And I'm wondering if they're afraid of any warranty, or I don't know if they only tested it up to 128. I don't know. But that makes sense what you said. The price, the cost.
Okay, people are asking voice chat. Should I do it?
Voice chat? Let me see. Wait, hold on. Am I gonna talk about voice chat?
Is voice chat one of the things you've got, or?
Let me double check.
That's all right. We
No, we don't want to talk about voice chat. No, we don't.
We're not talking voice chat. Okay,
I got some voice chat stuff for you boys.
Oh,
girls.
I won't talk about voice chat then. Okay. All right. What do we got? Overwatch. Okay, I've not, as far as I'm aware, Overwatch isn't happening that I'm aware of. The only place I've seen it mentioned is that leak that, as I said, name dropped me without knowing me.
The bootleg leak.
I've not heard anything to suggest Overwatch. I would love it if Overwatch happened, but Overwatch came out like a good 6-8 months ago. It's an online only or primarily online game. I've not heard anything about Overwatch, so don't hold your breath for it, at least like on day one.
And I would think that would be a hard game to put on the Switch, just because part of the emphasis is portable, and you got to be connected always online to play Overwatch, so I don't know.
I don't know if they would want to do it, so...
Okay, that makes sense. All right, Laura, we're going to have one more question. I'm going to let you choose the last question. This is going to be the last question of the stream.
Okay, I'm going to try my best to, slow down the stream for a second so I can see some.
Go ahead. Whichever one you think is a good one.
Let's have a look for a good one. Looking through questions.
And y'all get live Laura singing.
Okay, so someone asked, and I've already lost who it was, can you record video or images on the Switch? Yes. That is what that button, the square with the circle in it on the left Joy-Con is.
Oh, this is breaking news!
That is a record button. That is the button you're going to use for capturing. It's going to be gameplay footage. It's going to be screenshots. You press that. You can upload it to your YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, whatever it is. That's the button for it. That's what that button on the left Joy-Con does. It's a recording button.
It's a share button. It is a share button.
Yeah, that's what it is.
You heard it from Laura Kate Dale. That's a great way to end the stream. And so that square button, that mysterious button, it is a share button. This is my son's trying to bombard into the stream. All right, go that way, girl. Right. So you got it. We can share information on the Switch. Huh? I'm gonna ask you some stuff offline, Laura.
That's cool. That's cool. We can
But
we can talk a
we
bit
can talk a
offline
bit
when we're done.
offline. Good stuff. Good stuff. One more time before we sign off, everyone tell Laura thank you. Thank you, Laura, for taking this time out,
Ah,
giving the
th-
fans what they wanted. You
thank you for having
are
me.
awesome.
This has been lovely. This has been fun. You are a delight to hang out with on online. You're a very high energy person. You're a lot of fun.
I get that often. I wonder why. All right, dudes and dudettes, we are signing off. I will see you guys later. Switchmas day. Oh, sorry, I said Tay. Switchmas day 2 tomorrow. Be ready. Be there or be square.